Good morning. How you guys doing? It's Mike back with the thought of the day on March 21st, 2025. First, I want to give honor and praise to Ahaya Shor Ahaya Bashem Mishayo Wakadash. That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. Then I like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today I want to talk about um, me retiring from the posting and talking about basketball. It's going to be brief in that aspect, and becoming an elder and what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Recently I put up a post that I wasn't going to be on Friday today at 7 p.m. It was going to be over for me posting and talking about high school basketball and debating and things of that nature. And as I was coming to the age of 50, the Holy Spirit started talking to me and telling me, like, yo, it's time for you to really turn everything and go full throttle for the Most High, like everything. And I was wondering why was this feeling coming over me. But as an Israelite, once we become 50, you become into the part of your life of being an elder. You know what I mean? And growing up, an elder I thought was an old person and just like, you know what I'm saying, that had some wisdom. And I began to research the roles of the elder once that person becomes 50, like what are the responsibilities now? And I came across 6 responsibilities of an elder, and it made sense why the Holy Spirit was telling me it was time for me to dig deeper into the scriptures, dig deeper into being Christ-like, because I had a job to do. It says responsibility 1, the responsibility of Christ-likeness. The emphasis on character highlights that the Most High requires elders to be men who are passionate about their relationship with Him and are growing in their faith. Elders intentionally pursue holiness as their life lives of integrity before others. And they got references 1 Timothy 3, 3-7, and Titus 1, 5-8. Yeah, so I understand that it's time for me to dig deep and be more passionate about my relationship. You know what I'm saying? So doing all that posting and talking and debating and arguing is taken away from the time that I need to study, the time that I need to learn the scriptures, the time that I need to keep working on my flesh so I could walk the way that Yeshaya Hamashiach walked. The second one, the responsibility of family. An elder must manage his own family well. The Most High has called elders to care for the emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being of their family. A elder's family is his God-given priority. In prioritizing his family, he has to have an undivided heart by being faithful to his wife. Again, 1 Timothy 3-5, 1-5, and Titus 5, 1, 5, and 6. Responsibility of the family. How I'm going to do this if I'm not all the way dove in? You know what I'm saying, man? My wife study more now. I'm getting better in this aspect. So the Holy Spirit already had me moving towards this particular responsibility. You know what I'm saying? But now, since I'm putting a lot of things to the side, I could dive in more while becoming an elder. You know what I mean? The next one is the responsibility of oversight. The elders are called to oversee the direct affairs of the church, which is why they are sometimes referred to as overseers. Oversight is the ability to prayerfully discern the totality of a church and the encompasses, including good direction for the body of believers. It says, although some elders will be passionate about missions or youth ministry or small groups, an elder must be able to see the church as a whole and not simply various components. In that aspect, I have to do a lot of work in terms of that. You know what I'm saying? In terms, because I'm not even an officer in my church. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do a lot of work when it comes to that. You know what I mean? And so I'm at the beginning of that journey as an elder. So I will be digging in to see how can I become more involved and more responsible when it comes to that part of becoming an elder. Number 4, the responsibility of sheep herding. Sheep herding is key responsibility for elders. Elders are called to guard, feed, lead, and care for the flock God has placed in their care. There are those both without and within the church who want to distort and truth and devour the flock. Elders are called to protect the flock. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, I think that is not only the physical church I attend, but the kids that I deal with every day, the adults that I deal with every day in my job, which I look at as my ministry. You know what I mean? I have to protect them by giving them the word, by walking and by walking and by being an example for them so they could see the light of the Messiah in me and they would want to go that route. You know what I mean? So sheep herding is something that I was already practicing, but now I have to put more emphasis on it, being that I became an elder. You know what I mean? And praise the Most High, He allowed me to become an elder. The responsibility of doctrinal purity. Elders are called to clarify and declare and teach sound doctrine while correcting, rebuking, refuting false doctrine. And that references Acts 20, 30 and 31, 1 Timothy 5, 17, and Titus 1, 9 through 11. Elders need to point believers to firm and unchanging truths found in the saving knowledge of the gospel of Yeshua HaMashiach. Elders protect their flock by guarding them from false doctrine. Those that lead flock astray with their false doctrine need to be silenced by the elders. Biblical insight, courage, and strength are needed to refute them. Now, that's why I have to take the time to study more, to understand, and have the Holy Spirit lead me to understanding what's false and what's not, so I could be able to assist people that's already teaching, so I could be able to talk to some people that might be not in the church but are getting false doctrine and need to be corrected. You know what I'm saying? So I will be studying more. I will be fasting. I'll be praying so I could get understanding, so I'll be able to help others. And the last one is the sixth responsibility is the responsibility of prayer. The elders of a church are called to a ministry of prayer. Each member in the church needs prayer. Prayer should be a central component of our individual lives, our meetings, and our time together. So I will be increasing my prayer life. I pray a lot now. I will be fasting, so I will feel the presence of the Most High when I pray more. I will do the work to get better so I could cover that responsibility of prayer. Those are my new focuses and my new challenges. I'm always about getting better. So when people ask why, like, yo, this dude crazy, he don't want to talk about this no more, he don't want to do that. Now, mind you, it's a couple of people that I still feel like I want to interview about things that they did and the people that they helped while they had their basketball thing. So I might have like 10 to 15 podcast interviews to do, but the posting, the arguing, the debating, the highlights, all of that, it's over with, because I have to now that I'm an elder, I have new responsibilities in my life that I owe to the Most High. So that's the road I'll be traveling, those 6 responsibilities of an elder. And you guys take care of yourself today. Enjoy yourself. Shalom.